to just give you an opportunity to watch my workout, I guess. I I need to be doing my workout. I have a lot to do. I haven't done anything yet today. So I have 100 during this live stream. So while I'm doing this, I'm just kind of opening this up. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can. Um, and yeah, we'll kind of go from there. I've never done it quite like this before, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask while I'm doing this. Every once in a while, I'll take a break and see if you guys have anything on your mind. So, all right, let me just check to make sure I'm doing this the right way. Okay, and make sure that you hit the like button. Um, yeah, I don't know. So, 100, here we go. I'll be taking breaks periodically, obviously, in between each one or each set. So let me know if you guys have any questions. I know uh, there was somebody that had a question a couple of days ago about um, about jujitsu and whether I would do any kind of videos related to that. And I definitely want to at some point. I'll probably do that in the near future. So that'd be really really cool. I'd love to do something like that. Uh, yeah, there's something else, but I can't remember right now. So oh, that had to do with like the belt system. I think that was one of the questions that he had was like, can you describe the belt system and kind of what it's all about and that kind of thing. So yeah, I thought that'd be a great opportunity to do that very thing. So yeah. So I'm working on my range of motion a lot, trying to make sure that I get nice and deep in those sets, those reps, and of course, for those of you guys that might not be familiar with what's going on um, with my channel, of course, a lot of it has to do with jujitsu and things, but uh, I'm really going through the whole year. Each month is a different. Thank you, appreciate that. Nice, nice. So each month is a different, uh, challenge. And so that's kind of what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to work on each month as a challenge. So January, as an example, January is I finished that up with no sugar. So I did no sugar for a month. February was pretty awesome. That was 300 push-ups per day, and that was awesome too. So, and many of you guys followed me on this journey. So that was it's. But I'm telling you, these are all really hard to do for sure. Show us 10 good pull-ups. Well, I'll try, but I'm trying really for the moment. I'm just trying to get my 100 in for the day. I'll try. Give me a little bit more time to rest, and then I'll try 10. But then I'll get tired, and I won't want to do too many more. So I'm trying not to overdo it. But uh, yeah, so I did. January was no sugar. February was 300 push-ups per day, and this month I'm finishing up. I have what 2 days left. Finishing up 100 pull-ups per day, and I had some people asking me what that looks like, and it's really not that crazy, I guess. It's really hard, but it's not super crazy. Can you please flex your muscle? I, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really have very many right now. I'm trying to, but trying to create this dad bod situation. But anyways, I'm gonna do some more. Okay, and I'll try 10, I guess. I thought vegans can't. What? Well, I'm not a vegan, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how long they can last in jujitsu. I'll try 10. Okay, so there's 10. Now I'm all tired. So I gotta pace myself. Still got 90, no, 80 to go. Uh, so if you're just joining me, thanks for joining me. There we go. And actually, just to start with this, I was when I first started this challenge, I was not able to do 5 pull-up. I barely did 5. Sorry, I barely did 5. So after that, though, uh, slowly and gradually, I tried to add more and more and more. And I just did 10. You just saw that after I had already done several more before that. So doing these challenges definitely is really difficult, but at the same time, it's so rewarding. The more you do these things, you just like commit. I'm going to do whatever the workout is. I'm going to do, 300 push-ups like I did per day. Even if you're doing, I talked to somebody just a couple days ago at work who said, hey, I've been seeing your stuff, and I think you're doing a really great job, and you've inspired me to do these things now. So he's trying to do a certain amount of, I think, pull-ups. Another person, they're doing a squat challenge within their little sphere at work, and little things like that. So it's really, really cool to see people doing stuff like that. And it's kind of a cool feeling to know that you've, in some small way, inspired somebody to do something which is the whole point of this channel. Obviously, a lot of it has to do with grappling, but sort of following through this journey of just getting fit, getting stronger, getting more agile, things like that. That's really kind of the theme of this year, and so I'm really thankful. Okay, this is here. I was talking about Josh the vegan. Oh, Josh the vegan. I guess I don't know from this chat because PJ classes don't sound so vegan. I guess I don't know. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions about maybe how I'm doing things, or any like grappling related questions or jiu-jitsu related questions, feel free to ask. Yeah, so I'm just giving a moment. I'm kind of biding my time a little bit because now I gotta rest for a few seconds more here. But again, thank you for following. If you haven't followed yet, please go ahead and follow. And I appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. And thanks for the likes too. Appreciate that. All right, so I'm gonna try 5. I'm trying to do sets of 5 tonight, but like I said, I have to get through all of these tonight. Usually, I start like 50 in the beginning of the day in the morning at like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and then the last 50 when I come home, or maybe after jujitsu practice or something like that. Well, today I didn't really get a chance to do that, so that's why I have to do all 100 tonight, so that I can get that worked in. And you guys, that's why I decided, what? If I'm going to be doing it this whole time, I might as well just let you guys watch and ask questions if you want to. Yeah, thank you. It's great work, brother. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And another thing too is that a lot of people, they get really bogged down with, hey, I can't do 100 pull-ups, or I can't do 100 push-ups per day or whatever. It's because they're looking at it from the perspective of like all these, like this huge amount of chunk, like this big chunk of something that they just can't seem to wrap their mind around. Well, if you do it in a really, like, all day long, if you just kind of like spread it out, it's not that challenging. It's really not. Now, the thing that I've been kind of like gradually moving toward, as you're seeing even tonight, is that I've been trying to do more in a shorter amount of time. I think my record, actually, for my personal record, I just did it last night, and my personal record is 6 minutes and 56 seconds of doing 50 pull-ups. Now, obviously, you're not going to see that tonight because I'm trying to pace myself, but that's the fastest I've done 50 pull-ups at any given time. in my life, actually. So that was pretty cool to watch that and kind of do that. But uh, let me see here. I'm gonna go back to the chats real quick. Took my first BJJ class. Oh, nice, Josh the vegan. Sorry, I just saw that, Josh. That's awesome, man. Yeah, let me know how that went. I took my first BJJ. I remember my first BJJ class. Actually, it was like probably 15 years ago, something like that. And man, I'm from a wrestling background. I love grappling. I love wrestling, all that stuff. That was my world for a long, long time. I started when I was 4 years old, so I understand that world pretty well. Um, and I took my first jujitsu class, 15 or so years ago, give or take. And I thought, man, I'm just gonna stomp on all these guys. I got this wrestling going on. I'll be able to take them down, and I'll hold them down because I didn't really know what else to do. So I thought I'm just gonna kind of smother them or whatever. And so I'm doing this. I'm like, being super quick because I was really fast at the time, really quick. And within probably, I don't know, 15 seconds, I got submitted. Armbar. While I was standing up, they grabbed my arm and boom, they got it. Another one, like within probably 10, 15 seconds. And these were all by, I think, blue belts. There weren't at that time, at that school, I don't think there were all that many white belts that day. So I think most of them were either blue belts or above. But yeah, so that's kind of how I started. I started with just being completely humiliated. And I actually took a break going back to school. Didn't really have any good places to go around my college. Didn't really know much about it. So I was like, I'll just give it a little bit more time. So about 3 or 4 years later, I came back, was like, I want to get back into it. Started gradually going back into it. And then it really wasn't until almost 5 years ago, about 5 years ago now, that I really started kind of, like I tell people, almost got married to it. I kind of like was dating jujitsu for a while, kind of on again, off again relationship, and not sure I don't know if I like this commitment. And about 5 years ago, I was like, you know what, I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to get serious about this. And I did. And so now I am a purple belt. Just got my purple belt in December, and I'll go through this at some point for anybody that wants to know what that looks like as far as my journey and all that. That might just be another video. I mean, unless you guys have any specific questions about that, I'd be happy to answer you. So, trying to think now. Oh, okay. So I got to write those down. There we go. Here we go. Another 5. Yeah, so and it's been really cool to see this channel growing over time. It's been a few months. I started this channel, I don't even know now, probably a couple of years ago, and didn't really make. Literally, the only reason I started it was so I could put a couple of jujitsu videos that I had of either myself or a few other people that were competing. At the time, I think I was a white belt at the time, so I was doing a couple of those things. And you might be able to see 1 or 2 of those somewhere on the channel. But I just put those on there, kind of like, a storage kind of solution. And then it wasn't until like December that I'm like, oh, I'm going to try this, and I'm going to really try to make something out of this. And so that's kind of what I've been working on, slowly building it. And it's been really cool to see you guys participating and just like asking questions and giving me advice. I had several people giving me advice on, like, one of the things in particular was like hey, what's up, man? Nice Fusion World. Go check out his stuff, by the way. He's got some really cool stuff. So one of the things was like super simple. I didn't even think about it. Hey, position your thumbs over, over the bar instead of like gripping it like this, which, I didn't think about it, but in jujitsu, that actually is extremely practical because now I'm working on the strength of my grip. And when you're doing gi jujitsu, which is what a gi, G-I, that's how you spell it. That's what this guy is here, okay? This one's a little bit worn. I actually got a brand new gi a couple of days ago, so that was awesome. My birthday was a few days ago. So yeah, that's kind of what you do. But I was like, man, that's a brilliant idea. Working out my grip is perfect. So that's kind of what I was working on now. And I've been doing that ever since I got that advice through this channel. You guys have been really, really great about giving me that kind of advice. I've been taking whatever I can get. You know, some people are like, okay, engage your traps more or do this more or whatever. And I've been trying to work on my form and trying to be kind of execute them slowly, make sure I'm getting it really, really deep. And I've just been really thoroughly impressed by my level of improvement since I started this. And that's what I say. Okay, going back, anybody that wants to do a challenge like this, first of all, please do it. And if you want to do it, document it. I cannot tell people enough. Documenting your progress is probably the biggest motivator out there. And Fusion World, remember this? You were just mentioning this a couple days ago, that you might consider doing something like this on your own channel or on a different channel, I think is what you said. I, by all means, please do that. That would be awesome. I'd love to go to see somebody else's channel, see how they're developing, and that gets me to want to do something and keep working through my own self improvement. So, but yeah, I mean, like document your stuff, even if it's not like video or photo. Like document on paper something, you know. I have I have these different charts every once in a while, like in a video. In the past, you'll see like some chart that I have hanging on the wall. That's because I was filling them out as I went. Even right now, I have this. Let me see if I can swing this over real quick. I don't know if you can see it very well. Those charts right there, see that? This is mine. This is actually an old one from my son, but but this is from the push-up challenge. This one is the one I'm working on now, and as you can see, actually I need to fill in the rest of that from yesterday. But this is what I'm on today. I haven't done anything at all, as you can see, all the way across the board. So yeah, let me make sure this is square. Oh, let me see here. I'll tag you when I start. Oh yeah, that'd be awesome, man. I'd love to see that. Yeah, let me know so that I can subscribe to that. For sure. I want to be your first subscriber. So tag me like as the second you do it. Hopefully am available when you do that. All right, I'm gonna do some more. And for those of you guys that noted, like was on this when I first started, you know how hard this was for me. Many of you guys that were watching me right away, you know, um, two at a time weren't as bad. Three, four at a time were starting to get really tough. Five, like that was my absolute max. And this is coming from a guy who has somewhat of a small frame. Like I'm not a big guy. I'm maybe 5'6". I'm a small guy, and I have somewhat of a small frame. But for whatever reason, I just didn't have, like over the years, I hadn't been working my lat muscles, my back muscles nearly as much as I probably should have as a former wrestler, just kind of keep that up a little bit. So I'm like, you know what? I'm doing jujitsu. I want to start competing again in the near future. I got to get strong. I got to get fit. So that's kind of what sparked the whole self-interest of trying to be more, like trying to be stronger, trying to be more agile and faster and having some more deep explosive strength. So that's kind of what sparked this. Um, yeah. Let me go back real quick to see if make sure I didn't forget anything or miss anything. If you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and don't hesitate to mention. Josh Rodriguez or Josue Rodriguez. Hola, Mali. Hi, hey man, or I'm not sure. Oh, okay, I see. Sorry, I missed this one. Mistaker, you, Mister Take Yo Girl. Okay. Says how long you've been working out for. So I've been like I try to stay in somewhat shape, but this year I've really been trying to be extremely intentional with consistency, number one, and then choosing specific muscle groups that target like either muscle groups or something that target like what I'm trying to be better at, which is jujitsu and grappling. So, I've been working on push-ups. I've been working on, trying to get just healthier when it comes to like the first like January. I was doing no sugar. So I've been working out consistently now, going back at it since the beginning of the year, I would say. Of course, I train jujitsu twice a week if I can. So someday it'd be awesome if I could do like every day almost or 6 days a week. That'd be really cool, but it'd be really hard to do that, probably, especially as a family man. So uh, yeah. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try some more here. Let me make sure that I'm not losing count. So I'm up to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30, 35. All right, 35. So anybody that's interested in picking up a challenge like this or just getting in better shape, I'm 3, 4, 5. I'm proof, like living proof that you don't have to do like this insane workout right out of the gate. Like you don't have to do that. Just pick like the key to any kind of success is consistency. So figure out what you're going to do something reasonable within your skill set or within your strength or whatever, and then just say, okay, I'm going to be consistent for this period of time. And what you want to do over time is develop a habit of consistency. So, I don't recommend that you say, what most people do when they first start out. They'll say, like, oh, I'm going to run 10 miles every day this year. And they run for like one day and they're like totally exhausted because they are, 350 pounds and they're like, I'm going to run this much. But they didn't do something reasonable. And their goal was way too outrageous. Like, how in the world are you going to run this much, when you weigh this much and you're going to do it every day for a whole year? Come on, man. Like, but if you say, I'm going to walk every day for a month. I'm going to walk a mile every day for a month. And you stick to that, I guarantee you're going to be successful. As long as you say, okay, I don't care what time of day it is. I don't care how much I have to break it up. If I'm doing a quarter mile, every 3, 4 hours, if you add up the rest all that day for, to 1 hour, you are successful, my friend. Just figure out what plan works best for you and do that. Execute that plan. I, like I said, literally like living proof that you don't have to be this like crazy super mega athlete to be able to start working out and be consistent in doing that and begin to see results. It takes a while, but after a while you start seeing results and it like starts to motivate you to do something better. Like, so I'm like slowly, gradually and the next month, by the way, I'm doing another challenge, and I still haven't decided completely yet because I want to see how I feel after 500 per se. But I'm either going to do 500 abdominal workouts or I'm going to do 1,000 abdominal workouts. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to do 1,000 crunches. I'm not going to do 1,000 sit-ups. What I'm saying is abdominal workouts because my goal is to target all of this, my core. Why? Goes back to what I said earlier. I want to make sure that I'm strategic in what I'm trying to develop. And let me take a break for just a second. So let's see, Fusion World. Speaking of walking. Okay. Yeah. Well, there you go. All right, man. Hey, thanks for tuning in and watching. I appreciate that. Yeah. So, and like I said before, anybody can be consistent. You just got to bite the bullet and start day one. What am I going to do? Be realistic about it. All right. And can you guys hear me okay, by the way? Just let me know if you guys can hear me okay. If it's like terrible sound quality or whatever. I don't know. I have this microphone, but I don't know if it works. This is the first time I've ever done a live like this before, so please let me know. So it looks like I'm at 40 maybe. Let's see here. There's 10, 20, 30, 40. Oh, 45. So I'm at 45. And if you're watching now and you haven't hit the like button yet, go ahead and hit that like button. I really appreciate you guys watching. Uh, yeah. So, in like I said, okay. So what I was saying earlier is that next month I'm going to start working on my abdominal area, and so, there's a lot to be had as far as trying to work on this thing. Uh, but I've been trying to work out my shoulders, my traps a little bit. Um, those right there, my lats, those have been really developing. So it's been really cool to see that. It's been really fun to just kind of watch the slow progression of that. So, but next month I'm working on my upper, middle, lower abs and my obliques. So that's kind of what I'm trying to target. And that's why I've said, okay, I'm going to do 1,000 abdominal exercises or 500, whatever I end up doing. And once I start doing that, I'm going to commit to doing that every single day, all month long. And that again goes back to my consistency. So yeah, 10, 40. Okay, here we go. And I tried to stream across not only YouTube but also um, my other thing. What I forget what it is now. I just started doing it. Uh, what is it? TikTok. I started doing it on TikTok, but and I was trying to stream through this like streaming site kind of thing called like Restream, I think is what it was called. And for whatever reason, I wasn't able to figure out how to do multi-stream or multiple streams or whatever. It just only let me want to do like choose one thing to stream on. So I don't know if you have to pay to be able to actually do multi-streaming, but I was like, I don't even know how well this is going to go. So I'm not going to pay for it if I don't even know if it's going to go well. But at least not right now. Someday maybe, but definitely not right this second. All right, so let me go back again, see if I missed anything. And again, if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to ask or just mention them. Okay. Anybody out there, by the way, anybody out there do jiu-jitsu or do any kind of wrestling or grappling? If you have a wrestling background, if there's anything you'd like to see on my channel that maybe you haven't seen for a while or you haven't seen yet, I'd be interested to at least know what that is. And if it's reasonable, if it would fit with kind of what the grand scheme of this whole thing is, then I'd be more than happy to check it out and try it. So it looks like right now I'm at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I'm halfway there. Halfway there. Oh, man. I'm trying to give myself a little bit of time to rest. So, yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions or anything on your mind. I'm going to try some more. And again, I'm doing, for right now, other than that 10 that I did earlier for somebody that was asking about it, I'm just trying to do 5 at a time so that I can get through all of 100. I don't normally do it this way. I normally try to break it up into 2 workout sessions. One at the beginning of the day when I first wake up at like 4:35 in the morning, and then one in the evening at some point, either after I get off work or after jujitsu or just as soon as I can before bed. And then also, nutrition wise, I will, if I don't tonight, I'll let you guys know and kind of show you one of the things that I personally really like supplement wise. I don't know if you'd call it a supplement, but protein. I really enjoy this product, but this is not a paid marketing and nothing like that. I'm just, it's been really helpful. So. Oh, something else that's been kind of crazy. Let's see here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Something else that's been crazy has been my hands. So I don't know if you can see, but there's a huge callus right there and right there, both hands. Here, yeah, it's kind of hard to see. Here is a big, huge callus, and here is a big callus. So, and that's from gripping the bars so much, doing it 100 times a day. By the end of this month, I will have done 3,100 pull-ups for the entire day, or sorry, for the entire month. And so obviously after that many, you're going to start getting calluses, right? So, yeah. Okay. Whew. Okay. All right. I got 60, 40 to go. See, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I also, you know what? Wondering how you guys are doing when it comes to like just your own personal lives, doing exercises. Like, what kind of exercises do you guys like to do? Are you doing any challenges right now? Is there anything that's going on right now that you're like, man, I wish I could be better at this, or I wish I could take a jujitsu class or something. Or if it's like I had somebody talking to me just yet last night. We had some people over for dinner, and he was talking to me about he's a basketball player and wants to get better at basketball and wants to get stronger. And so we were going through some different strategies. Of course, his strategy would be a little bit maybe different from mine because he has a much taller frame than I do. He's super lengthy and really tall. And of course, I'm really kind of stocky and short. And so, what might work for me won't necessarily work for him. So, but we were kind of talking through some of those things, giving each other a little bit of advice, and it was kind of cool to see that. So, if you guys have any advice on weightlifting workouts, one of the things that I used to do, I haven't done a weightlifting workout in a long time, but what I used to do, I did this 5x5 program that I thought was just absolutely amazing, and I bulked up within 6 months. I mean, I exploded. And I actually had to kind of tone it back a little bit because I was getting so big and so bulky that I kind of looked almost unnatural. It was weird. And that was totally natural. Like I wasn't doing any kind of like steroids or testosterone or whatever. I wasn't doing any of that. Um, oh, by the way, I just turned 38 a couple days ago. So I'm trying to kind of, if you can do this, turn back the clock is kind of the way that you say that, whatever. Anyways, okay. I have about 40 more to go. So if you're watching this now and you haven't hit the like button yet, go ahead and do that. Make sure you leave a comment down below as well. Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the biggest thing. Just little by little. It's not complicated. It's not difficult. It's challenging, which is why I call it a challenge. But it's not too difficult for you to be successful. Like I was saying earlier, if you're going to take on a challenge, like what I'm doing for those of you that are just now joining, I'm just only doing a reasonable amount of what I think I can do. Maybe going a little bit beyond that just to make it a real challenge for myself. And then I'm setting a time limit for that until the next challenge. So I'm trying to make it short, reasonable, and trying to maximize the amount of return on that physical investment as I possibly can. So that's kind of what this is all about. So if you are like being challenged right now, like maybe you're challenging yourself or you're like, I can't do this. I can't, it's too much. I I want to encourage you to just pick one thing that you can do. Okay? Like I was saying earlier, like if you can do, you know, 25 push-ups, I'm not even talking about at a time. I'm talking about like if you think you can do 25 push-ups throughout the entire day, that's awesome. Try it. Do it. Say, I'm going to do this for a week. I'm going to do 25 push-ups per day for a week. And if you can do that, say, okay, I'm going to do this for a week. And then now say, if Saturday comes around or Sunday comes around, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to double that. And now next week, I'm going to do 50 push-ups per day. Okay. Do, 50 push-ups per day and say, you know what, I'm only going to do, you know, uh, 10 push-ups every couple hours or something, like whatever you end up doing. That's reasonable. You can do that. You can achieve that. And you're going to be amazed at the results. Somebody I was just talking to, he's lost a ton of weight at my work. And he started doing, because he's been hearing about, like last month, he was hearing about my push-up challenge. And like a lot of people at my work have been hearing about this. And he's done, I think he's doing 25 a day. And he's seeing all kinds of results already, and he's only been doing it for, I don't know, probably a week or two. So it's really cool to see, like, it doesn't matter how much you weigh. I'm not even talking about specifically like push-ups. I'm just talking about getting yourself in better shape, caring about not only what you look like, because that's kind of secondary in my opinion. You're trying to be stronger. You're trying to be more fit, maybe more agile. You're trying to be um, maybe more available to your family members or something. So like if they want to go for a long walk, you don't have to second guess, how can I make it through, 2 miles with my family. Now, after so long, you're like, oh, I can make that. I do 2 miles every day, whatever. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop the line in the comments. Also, if you haven't yet liked, please like this video. That's the only way that I get through the algorithm at all. Like I said before, I was trying to do multi-streaming. I just could not figure it out. I'm sure that one of you guys out there knows exactly how to do this. I don't know. So I'm more than happy to get any advice that I can get from you guys. Here we go. Another 5. Knocking it out. If you guys want me to do more streams like this, let me know. Right now, actually, I don't know if it's still going on, but I know earlier we had like a tornado watch near where I live. And so that's kind of like in the back of my mind too. So far, it seems like it's okay, but you never know, I guess. All right. Oh, so I'm going to do a video on this in the future, but I'll just, since a few of you guys are here, I have a couple different belts. One question was brought to my attention earlier this week when people are asking about different belts for jiu-jitsu. And so I have a couple of the belts that I have, except for this one. I guess I kind of earned this. Some people say the white belt is the hardest belt to get. And the reason they say that is because most people don't even start. I understand what they're saying, but I really don't know if I agree with that or not. So this is what I'm currently at. I have a purple belt here. And then you have a blue belt here, okay? So kind of the way, there are other ones too. And sort of the way that this works, let me go back a little bit. So you can see I have 4 here. Some of you that have been doing jiu-jitsu for a long time, you're like, wait, why is there a green one there? That doesn't make any sense. It's because I'm part of Six Blades Jiu-Jitsu, their philosophy, I guess. And what they do is they have a belt. They added a belt in between white and blue, in part to kind of ensure that people that are blue belts are like actually blue belts, instead of people that kind of, and I won't say which schools do this, because I'm sure that there are some of you guys in there that might actually be part of the school, uh, but there are some schools out there that go based on attendance and not necessarily based on skill. And it's a little more, um, yeah, it's just a little bit kind of sad in my opinion. So what Six Blades did, part of it was I think marketing. We are like, oh, a lot of people, it's blue belt is difficult for people to get because they're at white belt for so long, and they don't always want to stick it out and go all the way to blue belt because they're just getting so frustrated that they're like, why am I not a blue belt yet? Well, maybe it's just because you're not that good yet. And some people get stuck at blue belt for 3, 4, 5 years, and or at white belt, sorry, for 3, 4, 5 years for whatever reason, and they're like, you know what, I'm just going to quit. So they quit, never even getting to the blue. So it made sense, in part at least, to add a green belt in between white and blue. Part of it was just to kind of coat the ego a bit and say, hey, you are progressing. Like, yeah, we have stripes, these things called stripes as well. You see here, I had some on my white belt, but I don't know where they are now. And those stripes basically indicate a sense of progression. And so that's, it is what it is. Uh, so I'll talk more about these in a different video. But I only mentioned that because somebody was asking me about it a couple of days ago. And if you guys have any questions or have any ideas for anything that you want me to include in my content, feel free to ask. One of the things I was thinking would be fun would be to add some rolling commentary. So as I'm rolling at the academy for jiu-jitsu, it'd be fun to kind of like talk through what I'm doing, why I did it this way, what this guy, just submitted me in, and why he submitted me there, because maybe I didn't do this right, or I turned this way, or whatever. So if there's any ideas that you might have, drop that in the comments down below as well. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. And if you guys want me to keep doing these lives, maybe once a week or something, I'd be more than happy to do that. Maybe I'll make them a little more structured next time. Let's see, I got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75. So I got 75 in so far, 20 to go, and I am done for the day. I usually don't sweat this much. Part of it might be because I'm trying to talk to you guys while I'm doing this as well. I don't usually talk while I'm working out. But it is nice to be able to talk a little bit and kind of let my muscles relax for a bit. I've been going at this now for, looks like 45 minutes almost. Let me see here. But yeah, I don't usually live stream, so this is kind of a fun thing. I don't know if I don't want to press anything that I maybe shouldn't press, so I'll try not to do that. But I'll probably post as well. I will post some before and afters as well. So I'll post some before and after pictures. A lot of it, the before and after, you'll probably see a little bit of the width between, like, on my lat muscles. And I've noticed, to be honest, I've noticed some around my chest as well, which is kind of strange. I really didn't think about it like that. Same thing with push-ups. When I did push-ups, I was thinking, okay, my chest is going to get bigger, right? And it did. It got a lot more tone. It got a lot bigger when I did 300 push-ups per day for a month. And if you want to see how that kind of turned out, go back in the videos I've done before and kind of look at the transformation. But this time, for the pull-ups, I'm doing, of course, 100 pull-ups per day this month, and I have a couple more days to do it. I've noticed that sorry, I was ahead of myself. During the push-up challenge, my chest got bigger, but my abdominal area got smaller. Didn't even think about that being a possibility, but it made total sense after I had thought through it a little bit. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm kind of in the plank position for a good amount of time in the day, like all throughout the day. So it made total sense, but like it wasn't until after I saw the before and after that I'm like, whoa, I can actually see like this ab here a little bit more or whatever. And I can't really see a whole lot of my abs all that much. Like when I flex, that's about the most I can do it right there. So I still have quite a bit to work through, which is why I'm going to work on my abs, my abdominal muscles next month. So if you have not yet followed, please follow so that you can get those updates daily, and especially so that you can see my transformation video at the end of each month. If nothing else, hopefully that will motivate you to do something on your own if you haven't yet. So hold on a second. Okay. All right. There we go. Whew. All right, so I got 20 more to go. 20 more pull-ups, and that's it for today. Normally, I was saying earlier, I break this up. So I normally try to break it up 50 in the morning, 50 in the evening, every day. Today, I was not able to do that. I didn't wake up early enough. That's really what it came down to. I was lazy this morning, okay? That's just what happened. So now I'm paying the price, which let that be a lesson to you. If you're not consistent, you pay the price, right? So because of my inconsistency, now I'm having to do 100 before the day's over. I would much rather break it up and make it more manageable. So that's kind of one of my philosophies about this whole process. The more, if you want to do a lot of volume, great. Do a lot of volume, but make it manageable, make it reasonable, make it a certain amount of time. Let me double check to see how much more battery I have left. Okay, it looks pretty good. Okay, now I'm gonna try to go a little bit faster in these last 20. And again, if you haven't liked yet, please go ahead and like. I appreciate all you guys that have liked so far, that have watched, tuned in, even for a little bit, a minute or two. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for supporting and encouraging this channel. I'm really excited for just within the last couple of months, the consistent growth. Like it's been really, really slow, but really, really consistent. So I would much rather add, 5 or 10 new, subscribers, family members, whatever you want to call this, per month than go viral on something. This is just me personally. I'd rather do that and have tons of engagement, tons of people that are consistently encouraging me and me encouraging them and me beginning to develop that relationship than go viral and then get all of a sudden 50,000. But then none of them really care about what I'm doing. There's no real relationship there. I don't know. It's just me. I really enjoy being able to the process of slowly building this. And it's just been really cool to see you guys encouraging me and giving me advice and all that kind of stuff. So, all right, I'm gonna go faster. Okay, I got 15 left. 15 left. Boy, when I first started this, I could not do more than 5 in a row. And now I've been doing, with the exception of the 10 that I did at the beginning, which probably was a mistake, I have been doing, every, minute or 2 minutes or something, a set of 5 consistently all this whole time. And that's because of how consistent I've been able to be over the last, almost month. So, boy, but now I got to give my body a little bit of a rest here. Oh, man. 10 to go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. I got 90 down. Oh, man. Oh, man. Been doing that for almost an hour now. Yeah, let me know in the comments below. I just noticed my other shorts were up here. Let me know in the comments below if there's, anything else that you'd like to see in this channel again, like I was mentioning before. Otherwise, these last 2 sets, I'm just going to go ahead and try to knock out, okay? Okay, 5 more. I'm gonna rest, let's say 2 minutes. All right, I'm gonna rest for 2 minutes. And while I'm doing this, I'm just gonna go through if there's anybody else that want to say anything else, any other comments or anything, please let me know. Let me go through comments real quick. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, cool. And what is this here? Sorry, if I'm pushing buttons and I mess something up, I apologize. Oh, okay. I'll have to figure out how to do those kinds of things too. All right. I have 5 more to do, just 5. And then I'll be done for the day. Just 5. But I've already done 95 within less than an hour, and my body's already really tired. So this is for you guys. One last set. And there we go. 100 pull-ups for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. See if I can figure out how to end this thing.